Hi everyone, I hope you're really enjoying the Coach for Virtual Pilgrimage so far. Obviously, as we've said before, it's not going to be the same as actually being in Lords, but hopefully it's given that flavour of the pilgrimage. Now every year Coach 4 would do a Catechisis Session. We'd hire out one of the little chapels in and around Lords, and we would do a little workshop exploring our faith and kind of exploring what that means to us. So this year I want you to think about everything that's happened throughout 2020 that's kind of led us to this point. I think we can all agree that it's not exactly been the year that we thought it was going to be. But I think the silver lining of it for a lot of us is that it's given us a lot of time to spend with our families that ordinarily we wouldn't have had, particularly young people who would have been spending all that time revising for their exams and kind of spending every day kind of tucked away in the library or tucked away in your bedroom revising and getting all of your school and college work finished and your uni work. But this has given us an opportunity to spend a lot more time at home, and for me personally it's given me an appreciation for the little things that I maybe took for granted that I was always too busy for in my daily life because of work, because of getting odd jobs done and things like that, and it's given me serious time to sit and just think and just spend a little bit more time doing all the small stuff that you didn't get time to before. Definitely communicating with people, obviously virtually, but definitely giving that time in the home to dedicate to spending time, just even if it's just watching TV with your family, something that you maybe might not have done for a while, all sat down together, maybe had a movie day or something, and just spending time with each other. Unfortunately for some though, this period of time hasn't allowed them to do that. They maybe don't live at home and possibly in a care home, or they've been unwell during this time and they've had to isolate from everybody and not been able to leave the houses, and it's been quite a difficult time for a lot of people maybe who haven't had that opportunity to spend time with loved ones. Might have been difficult for yourselves if you've got loved ones who have been ill with coronavirus, or they've been shielding, you've not been able to see them. I know personally it's been really difficult not being able to go and spend as much time with grandparents and things. And I'd give anything to give him a hug. So I want you to think about those people and pray for those people who have really struggled in these times and not been able to spend that time with their loved ones, or the key workers who have been out every day, and some haven't been able to see their families because they've had to distance themselves from their close family members to prevent them from getting unwell. A particular group of people that we want to focus on today for our catechesis is the residents at Cardinal Heenan House, and throughout this week a few of our Coach for 2020 young people will be FaceTiming the residents, and we're kind of putting a petition out to Coach for 2020 to see if you'd be able to write some emails that we could pass on to the residents. The residents at the care home haven't been able to see their families and friends for a while, given the pandemic, as due to making sure that they're really safe. They've not been allowed to visit the care home. Christine, our current staff member, former coach leader, works there, and she's been looking after keeping all the residents safe, working really hard every day. And so we thought it'd be really nice if we could get some emails that we could pass on to Christine to pass on to the residents, just kind of say how they're doing, and just have that little bit of contact with the outside world, talking about what you've been getting up to maybe, and seeing how they are. Another petition I would like to put out for you for this catechesis is thinking about all those people that we serve every year in Lourdes, and unfortunately this year, like us, they're not able to travel to Lourdes, and that can be really difficult for a lot of them. Obviously, you know, you might have done 3 or maybe 4 years, and this is really strange not going this year, but some of them have been going for a long time, for as long as they can remember, every single year to Lourdes, and not having it this year is really, really difficult for them. And they'll be missing it just as much as you're missing it. I'm sure they're trying to tune into as many virtual things as possible that are going on throughout the week. And we thought as a youth pilgrimage, it would be quite nice to write letters that we can pass on to this year's pilgrims, say you're looking forward to seeing them again next year, and just expressing, you know, that it is difficult not being able to go to Lourdes this year, and obviously have that little bit of contact, because the pilgrims love spending time with the youth when in Lourdes, and it would be really lovely for them to have that connection virtually as well through the idea of emails and letters. So what I'd ask is that you take some time today out of your busy lives and remember what you're thankful of over the past few months, and say a prayer for those who maybe haven't had that